good to have this opportunity to connect with each of you as together we enter this next stage of the Plenary Council journey. Since I last spoke with you, our daily lives have been deeply affected by COVID-19. I know that so many of you have been struggling to cope with work or lack of it, with school, finances, and even ill health. Indeed, as I record this message, the pandemic continues to dominate people's lives and thoughts, especially in Victoria, of course, but in different ways right across the country and the world. You might not have had much opportunity in the last few months to give a great deal of thought to our Plenary Council journey. Hopefully, though, you will still have experienced the pastoral care of your local church community as together we continue to respond to the ever-changing demands of this crisis. One helpful outcome of managing our lives during this pandemic is that with the dates for the two assemblies of the Plenary Council having been moved 12 months later, from 2020 and 2021 to 2021 and 2022, we now have more space and time to commit ourselves to entering more deeply into the process of discernment, which is, of course, at the very heart of the Plenary Council process. Recently, I did just that, and I took some time to prepare a paper on the journey of discernment. As I did so, some things clarified themselves for me, and I would like to share just a few of them with you now. You can explore them more fully if you would like to in the paper I have written, which is available on the Plenary Council website. Firstly, discernment is both a call and a challenge given to us by the Holy Spirit. It is an ongoing process which enables us to listen to what the Spirit is saying as we engage with each milestone on the Plenary Council journey. The fruit of this discernment will continue for many years to come. In fact, we will need to make this responding to the call and challenge of discernment a feature of the life of the Church in Australia well beyond the end of the Second Assembly of the Plenary Council in 2022. Secondly, we will learn more and more about the practice of discernment simply by engaging in it, as long as that discernment really does involve a deep listening to God in all the ways that God speaks to us, including, of course, a respectful listening and presence to one another. One step in the process of discernment is a testing of the spirits. As the first letter of John says to us, it is not every spirit, my dear people, that you can trust. Test them to see if they come from God. This testing is exactly what discernment is all about. In my reflections on the call to test the spirits, I have become convinced that this involves what I have come to speak of as a threefold fidelity, which can serve as a guide to discernment. There is firstly a call to fidelity to God's self-revelation in Jesus Christ through the Scriptures. Secondly, a call to fidelity to the ongoing presence and guidance of the Holy Spirit in the Church through the ages. And thirdly, a call to fidelity to the presence of the Spirit in the life of the Church and the world today, speaking to us in the signs of the times. The great challenge, of course, is to hold these three fidelities in creative and dynamic engagement with each other. I encourage each of you to see discernment as being at the heart of our Plenary Council journey, not only for the time frame that takes us through to the Second Assembly in July 2022, but as an integral part of your personal daily faith journey, as well as the faith journey of your local church community. Yes, it does require patience, courage, and deep faith to stay on the discernment path. However, it is as a community of faithful disciples, entrusting ourselves to the promptings of the Spirit, that we are united as a pilgrim people. Thank you for taking the time to consider my invitation to you to enter more deeply into this journey of discernment. You can find the full text of the discernment paper on the Plenary Council website. May God continue to bless each of you as together we continue our journey as the Church in Australia.